Hi, Monica. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm good.
Good. I'm teacher Monica. I teach usually from Mexico. I'm here with my son right now in Arizona. So I'm teaching here at Arizona right now in the United States. But where are you calling from, Monica? It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well, Monica. I'm from India and I'm super excited to speak to someone in my name. Always my best friends falls in this name, Monica. So I'm
Oh,
super
really?
excited.
Well, that's good. I go by my name is Monica. I usually spell mine with a C.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Cambly, of course, I go by teacher Moni.
Okay.
But anyway, I have to say I love your wall. The girl there with the flowers and the dress, just she looks so free and so happy.
Thank you.
So, uh-huh. But so you're from India. What part of India are you from?
So I'm from the southern part of India. So I belong to Tamil Nadu state. So it's like southern part of India.
Uh-huh. Cool. Okay. So, are you a teacher there, or what do you do? What is your profession?
Yeah. So I'm working in project management in a cyber startup. So it's kind of work from home. I'm working from
Hmm.
home now.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, do you enjoy working from home as opposed to what you used to do?
Yeah, I love my work, but as I'm working from home, it's quite a bit of I'm missing conversation with my peers, so it's kind of
Uh-huh.
worrying.
Yeah. Do you have children?
No, I'm not married yet.
Oh, okay. All right. So you've picked a lesson here. You are what you eat. We can go ahead and do that lesson if you would like to.
Yeah, sure, we can do it.
Okay. So you are what you eat. Let's do that for you then. So, what do you think you are what you eat means? What do you think that means?
So obviously, whatever we eat, right? For example, if I'm taking care of my diet, obviously it will improve my my mood of to work or whatever I'm doing. It will have I believe that it has a major impact in my personality or the work I do in a day.
That's true. Uh-huh. I sometimes I like to think of it as that donut. You know, when I eat that donut, the donuts are fluffy. I think, okay, I'm gonna eat that donut. I'm gonna get fluffy too. I mean, literally in that sense that
True,
I see that
but
every time
but
I hear that
sometimes
statement.
yeah, but sometimes it's okay to have this cheat meal, right?
Um, yeah, sometimes it's okay to treat yourself. Exactly. I think that's exactly what you're saying. Uh-huh. So generally, Monica, do you eat a healthy diet?
um like I can tell I follow this for 50%, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so whenever I'm trying to do it, some of the other things interrupt, right? For example, this week was my mom's birthday and I had to go for a nice dinner and all my all my diet went down, but now I'm following again. It's okay, as I told, like it's okay to have miss it for like 1 or 2 days, but whenever we can, we have to follow a good nutrition diet.
Yeah. I think, you do what you can to do your best, but you can't beat yourself, you can't beat yourself up for enjoying things once in a while. Exactly.
Yes.
I have the same thing. My birthday's coming up in a couple days, and that's one reason I'm with my son is because
Oh, great.
his birthday's in the same month. So we
Oh,
always
advance
try and
happy
connect.
birthday to you and your son.
Thank you. So definitely, he's like, "Well, what are we gonna do? We're gonna go out, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I told him I want chocolate ice cream with some peanuts and like
Mhm.
a sundae, with some bananas and that for dessert. And he's like, "Yeah, sounds great." So of course, you have to treat yourself once in a while. But what do you think the Western diet is like? Why do they have to call it Western diet? Why can't it be Eastern diet?
Okay, so I'm not quite sure of Western and Eastern, but I can say as I'm from the Eastern part of the world, so major of our diet belongs to it will be like rice, wheat, and grains, and it will be always fresh. um i I'm assuming that Western diet will be like pizza, burger, and as you told, donuts. It's most probably of a bakery items. I know Western part of the world also follow the good nutrition. But considering the fast foods can be avoided now, right?
Mm,
Like previously we had this eastern part of diet and western part of diet, but now if I'm from the eastern part, if I want to have western diet, obviously I can cook. Likewise, from people from the western world, if they love to eat eastern part of the food, they will cook. I don't know whether they are following this pattern, western or eastern. Whatever they feel like eating, they can cook and eat that.
um, yeah, you're right in some ways. The Western diet is really high in fat and saturation. We're going to read about that. So go ahead and read this for me, if you would, please, Monica.
Yeah, sure. So it talks
Thanks.
about western diet. Good nutrition is important for health. However, even in wealthy countries, poor nutrition is a major problem, even for people who can afford healthy food. In a growing number of countries, people follow the Western diet, which is high in red meat, processed food, and sugar. The Western diet is associated with many health problems such as heart disease and cancer.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So, very good reading. What foods are common in the Western diet then, like you said? Just a quick
So,
review question.
yeah, from here, the common are red meat, processed food, and sugars
Hmm.
in Western
And I think,
diet.
yeah, I don't think the red meat's such a problem, but it depends on the meat that we get, because a lot of times in the Western world, they'll use hormones in their meats, which is not a very safe practice. So if you consume a lot of red meat, then that could be a problem.
And also,
So
the frozen meats are problem, right?
I haven't heard that. I
Okay,
haven't heard
so
that. Well,
I
it depends
heard
if
that
they
there
have
are
freeze.
like two types of meats. Like there is a fresh meats and frozen meats. Always fresh is good. That's what I know.
Yeah, the fresher is probably the better. The problem with frozen meat is sometimes is you can get freezer burn and it can be chemically modified, and so that wouldn't be good in the frozen meat. So yeah, that part of it's
Yeah.
true. Uh-huh. So good point. Definitely. So okay, this is our vocabulary. What I like to do on the vocabulary is have you read through the words. If there's any questions on pronunciation or definitions, let me know. And if you know them, you
Okay.
feel comfortable with them, we can go ahead and go on.
Yeah. So there are like six words. One is nutrition. Second is
Okay.
wealthy. Third is growing. Fourth is high in. Fifth is processed, and sixth is to be associated with.
Do you have any problems on the definitions of those or
No, I
misunderstandings?
don't have any problems. You can correct me if my accent or pronunciation is wrong.
Okay, I will definitely do that then. But good. I'll go ahead and continue then. So go ahead and match the words to the synonyms here.
Yeah. Um, Growing, increasing, or
Hmm.
expanding. So should I match with two words?
You can. There's more than one word for meaning. Yes.
Okay, so growing belongs to increasing and expanding.
Hmm.
Wealthy means rich and well off.
Yeah, very
Associated
good.
with, a link to, and related to. And nutritious, healthy.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I'm having little confusion with affluent word.
Okay, affluent. If there's like a particular person in your city or your town that you know is very rich, he has a lot of
Okay.
money, he
Oh,
has a
so it
lot of
belongs
property,
to wealth.
affluent.
Okay. Okay, got
Yes.
it.
Uh-huh. He's an affluent person in your
Hmm.
community. Uh-huh. Yeah. He might help with charities and be very helpful too.
Got it.
So, what are these foods high in? Can you match the pictures with the ingredients that are in them, the nutrition?
Yeah, sure. Meat belongs to
Okay.
fat, and cake belongs to sugar, and
Mm-hmm.
wheat belongs to carbs, and fish obviously has proteins as well as some amount of carbs and some amount of vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
Oil will be fat, and grapes will be vitamins as well as some amount of carbs and some amount of fat. Also,
Mhm.
fruits always has some part of sugar in it, but that is a healthy sugar.
Yes, fructose. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, what about your pasta and your kidney beans?
Okay, so is this pasta? Okay, so I think it belongs to carbs,
Hmm.
and kidney beans. It will be protein and some amount of vitamins.
Okay, so what about the avocado and the apple now?
Okay, obviously it has vitamins
Hmm.
as well as some amount of protein, some amount of sugar, and some amount of fat. I don't know whether I think avocado has some amount of fat, but I'm not sure of apple.
It does. It's a
Okay,
natural fat.
yeah,
Uh-huh. It's an glyceride. Yes, very good.
thank you.
Okay, are you a health person?
Yeah, I do a lot of research in this. I have did my
Uh-huh.
MBA in healthcare domain
Oh,
specialization.
cool.
So yeah.
Okay, so
So
maybe
can
that's
we
another
talk?
reason you
Like I
called.
think we have only 3 minutes. I just went
Yeah,
through
we can
your
chat.
yeah. We I just went through your profile. It was very interesting. You told you
Thank
help
you.
people with you help people with to have a lifestyle changes. So may I know a little bit of it? What do you do?
Well, my major is community health as well.
Great.
I'm a health promotion major, so I took a lot of biology classes, a little bit of health classes. I had to study a lot of like healthy classes for communities, as far as women's classes, women's rights,
Okay.
PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, social issues. I studied a lot of
Okay.
that. Um, in my internship, I worked with tobacco and chronic disease,
Great.
diabetes. I was a healthy living coach. So I had to teach classes. This was before it got really big on the internet. Now that it's got big on the
Okay.
internet, we don't get out in public like we used to and teach classes,
Yeah.
so it's structured differently. Now we promote a little more on the internet and through different classes that direction. So, yeah.
Okay, so quickly, right? How do I check my lifestyle? I'm having a lifestyle, but I'm not sure whether that is a healthy lifestyle or not. So how should I
Okay.
evaluate my lifestyle? And if it is if something is wrong with that, how should I convert it to a healthy lifestyle?
Okay. Well, I would suggest the first thing is, do you feel like you're getting enough sleep at night?
Okay,
And if no is not the answer, the first thing you need to do is getting sleep, sufficient
okay,
rest.
got it.
So you can gauge yourself at that. If you're waking up cranky in the mornings, you're not getting enough sleep, that's going to affect your health. Because
Mhm.
once that starts happening, you're going to want sugar, you're going to be craving sugar. And so that's kind of an indicator there if you're living a healthy life. Are you drinking enough water? Do you have headaches? Because hydration, having a headache is a sign of dehydration.
Okay,
So you want to drink a lot more water if you're finding yourself with a lot of headaches, or maybe you find yourself stressed. Stress will also create an increase in a desire for sugars because
got
we're
it.
emotional eaters.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be something there. So it's up to you to kind of to make notice what things are you know happening in your life that are making you sick or ill.
Got it.
Are your emotions in check? If they're in check and if they're in a good balance, you're going to feel happy and you're going to feel like exhilarated when you wake up in the morning ready for a challenge.
Yeah.
But when something nutritious is kind of out of whack, you're not going to feel the same. You'll feel unresponsive. You feel depression, sadness.
Yeah.
But when you check everything, check. I feel good. I'm drinking a lot of water. When you're drinking a lot of water, your skin will feel nice and it'll feel soft. When you're dehydrated, it's going to be dry and that. So those are just some quick tips. But Monica, what did you think of? Do you have any questions for me? Anything like that tonight? I think you
Yeah,
did an
it was
amazing
good
job.
speaking to you, Monica. I would love to have your feedback.
Yes, I was just getting there. So yeah,
Okay.
you did an amazing job with your reading. You have a lot of good English skills. I definitely think you could go for an advanced English class if you
Okay.
needed
Okay.
to and you wanted to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
you could do well in conversation, any reading. I think anything a teacher put out there, you
Yeah,
would do
thank
well
you,
with.
Monica.
You're
It's nice talking
welcome.
to you. Bye.
It was nice talking with you. Bye bye.
Yeah.